Yo, what's up, man? What's going on, man? Fair use, fair use, fair use. Shout out everybody. Welcome, man. I got a good fucking stream for you today, bro. I got a good stream, dude. I'm about to really get motherfucking relaxed. Yo, check this out, right? It popped in my head. It popped in my head. I ain't gonna say I fully believed it, but I think about things, man. And this popped in my head like, yo, it's the gender war, a psyop, a psychological operation, right? We've had psyops done. we've had psyops done on us in the past, man. Tupac, what do you call it? What's the other motherfucker? Pardon me, not motherfucker. The other guy, the activist, one of our great activists, Huey P. Newton, Martin Luther King. All of those, they admitted that those were psyops, and I got the proof that they admitted that it was psyops. Right? Of course, I'm gonna show you. But here's the thing: if you notice, everything that comes up with us black folk getting ahead, getting better, something just happened out the fucking blue. You ever notice that? You ever feel that? You ever see that? Like, yo, man, we were doing great. Then all of a sudden, boom, somebody dead. Locked up, accusations. Today's choice went to a new spot last night, had a great time. Kobe out there in Jersey. Uh, I think I'll be going back there. We had a really good time there. We had a really good time there. Nice setup and everything. All right. I also want to show you this video. This is probably going to be two parts. But this is like, well, listen, turn your TV on, sit back, relax, hear me out. If you're like a quick person, if right now, if you want some, I want to see something interesting right now. Oh, I need a dopamine hit, bro. The stream is gonna blow your mind, but it's not like, what I'm saying, it ain't that type of party right now. This is some serious shit we talking about. And I want serious people to hear it. This this joint ain't gonna get a lot of views because people not gonna be able to really uh it take a certain type of person to be able to gather this information, bro. Take a certain type of person to be able to receive this information. All right, let's get with it, man. Let's get with it, baby. Now, this is one of them shows. I don't really fuck with this show too tough. Uh, if you see up here, it's the Black Gender War, a psyop, right? If you look on the bottom, I define what the psyop is. This is down there in this rolling text. All right, this is a cartoon of Duckman. Now, this episode came out a long time ago. Understand? This shit came out a minute ago, B. But just like the motherfucking Simpsons, man, they be talking some shit. Check this out.
Animated sweat stain. I was happily enjoying Australian rules step aerobics when it was preempted by your felony of the week. You have any idea how belittled your fashion freak show makes women feel?
Boo friggin' who? Like I'm supposed to take women and how they feel seriously? You want to be accepted for your minds, but you throw a hissy fit royale if someone isn't saying you look great 30 hours a day. You say you want a nice guy, but you only give it up to the creeps. You get to stay home, not go to war, live longer, and have sex whenever you want. So remind me again, exactly what is there to complain about?
My guy hit it right there on the head, kid. Hit that shit right on the head. In this cartoon, they actually fucking separate. They actually the genders split. They go to court. They split. All the mothers and daughters moved to one side of the fucking city. Fathers and sons moved to another. They got like a big castle gate in between them and shit. It gets really intense. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that later for on round two. Right now, I want to show you some other shit, man. Where we at? Now this these guys, I don't usually listen to them because I don't like one of the dudes up there. I think he's a fucking simp. They entertain like, but I'm gonna tell you, man. Even the simps is gonna come around, bro. Even the simps is gonna come around, and it look like, but check this out. Hold on. All right.
Reason black men have not historically been in the home. There is a reason black women have historically struggled on their own to hold households together. Because we dealing with the after effects of that's been happening to us for centuries, we get to blaming each other and like that. Am I saying that a man individually is not responsible for his children? No, my G. If you're not taking care of your kids and you got the ability and space to take care of your kids, you a loser, cuz. We not gonna act like prison is not taking our men away. We not gonna act like the hood not taking our men away. We not gonna act like the stress of being a provider. Like, bruh, men's life expectancy has dropped. The lowest in America, you feel me? And it's not me making excuses for you feel me? I'm saying that when we talk about black people, when you talk about like Section 8 and shit like that, make sure you mention the housing crisis that affects majority black women, you feel me? If we want to talk about black men not being in the home, let's make sure we talk about mass incarceration. Don't just sit up here and like hurl insults at each other. This is delicate, my G. These people tune into this. They gonna go home with these opinions in their mouths and beat up on other black people because we say up here, bro.
That right there. That was the last straw. No, that was wrong analogy. That was the last fucking trigger pulled to make me ask this question, bro. That. After I saw that, I put the stream together. Because of what we say up here, people are going to go outside and attack another black person because of what we say. Now, there's so much in tune with this. All right. If this is true, the question I'm asking, if this is true, bro, they they have hit us from multiple angles. No joke, multiple solid angles. If this is true, um, if this is true, because I have proof of hormone poisoning. I've got proof of fucking uh, damn it, gender. So I believe it is, fellas. I sat back, I watched a uh few things, thought about it, all that good shit. And you know what? It is. It's on purpose, Pop. It is. Um P phthalates, which happen to be prominent in inner cities, New York, Brooklyn, like New York, right? We got Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, Queens. Like in the inner city of New York, it is higher than in Nassau County, Suffolk County, things like that, Albany, all that. It's higher in the inner cities, right? It's placed in women's products, feminine hygiene products, children's toys, uh, perfumes, colognes. It's in everything. And what it does is it disrupts male hormones. Basically, it turns you to a bitch. It affects females' hormones. It makes them fucking unbearably combative. Push that aside now. We got the phthalates. What else do we have? Um, we have this lingering fucking rumor, stereotype that's given from white supremacist ideologies, and it's taught by black feminists in colleges. And it's a course where, like, you got these courses where you have to complete it to get your shit. Our black women go to college, get their higher degree, and they got to pass this course. Our black men got to go in and sit down and listen to this bullshit. So you got black women professors pumping white supremacist ideology into black women's heads and producing them, putting them out in the world. Uh, you also have what we're using right now, social media. The production of these fucking thoughts running around, shaking, doing this, doing that, is making the image of our black woman look horrible. Just like they did with the image of us black men. They made us look like shit to the world. And that's what we were trying to tell uh everybody. This really ain't us, man. But no, they keep showing the worst of it.
Breast facts that have to do with this conversation.
He hit on a key point when he was talking about back in the day, right? I want you to hear this with Nikki Giovanni.
We're not like in disagreement. What I'm trying to maybe get you to relate to is that, and I lay it on black men because I'm a black woman.
You have every right to.
I'm sure it's that arbitrary.
No, you have every right to.
But a guy, let's say a guy's going with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You're going with Maybelle. And Maybelle gets pregnant. All of a sudden, you can't speak to Maybelle because you don't have the money for a crib, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She doesn't need a crib. The baby's going to sleep someplace. If you can follow me for 2 seconds.
Now, I need you to look at my man's face right here. I need you to look at my man's face. I need you to understand. Ladies, I don't have any ladies watching this, but I like to say the word anyway. Ladies, gentlemen, listen. You as a man, you know that you need to bring something in me. You know you do. You know if you don't bring something in, somebody's gonna talk some shit about you. You know this. Uh, and the reason why a lot of our brothers were not going by, he's about to explain it. Yo, it's better if I don't come by because if I do come by, I feel like, what's the purpose of me coming by? I'm not helping you guys. I'm not, and that man feels ashamed. They could have simply said, you know what, we will give you assistance, but you have to have a man in the house because that child needs a father. The same way they said, no, you can't have a man in the house. They could have said, yo, you can have a man in the house, We will help you when he gets a job. Then we'll fall back. But no, they say, yo, we'll pay your rent, we'll buy you food, we'll give you fucking health care, but you can't have that nigga in the house. Do you think that they were so far behind back then that they didn't know that a man was needed in the house? Of course not. We had fucking shows like Leave It to Beaver, Eight is Enough, all that old school shit, bro. They knew how important it was to have a father in the house. So was that part of a psyop? We probably won't find out for like another fucking 40 years, bro. Oh, your mama. But listen to him.
Because wait, baby's gonna sleep someplace. The baby's gonna eat something. But what she needs at that moment is a man. Mm-hmm. And in order, if the man functions as a man, mm-hmm. which is not necessarily a provider.
Yo, I just love the way he's sitting there. He's giving her time to talk because they have a great way to communicate right here. I actually feel we can learn something from this on how to communicate with a black woman. Well, actually, black women need to learn how to communicate with us because they be fucking yelling and shit. But these two do not yell at each other. They don't raise their voice. He's itching to tell her, yo, no, like that's not how it goes. But he's just being patient. He's he's just waiting his turn to let her know.
Provider for all that stuff, because everybody can understand why you can't buy something. You don't have a job. You didn't have a job when you always going to bed. Why you gonna get a job because she got pregnant? You understand? There's no job. But what she needs is a man to come by and say, hey, baby, you look good. And black men refuse to function like that because they say, I want to bring the crib when I come. Baby, you're never going to get the crib.
Baby.
Bring yourself. Needs at that moment is a man. And in order, if the man functions as a man, which is not necessarily for a crib, right?
Now, black women don't think like this today. Not a lot. Maybe 20% maybe think like this, but 80% of black women do not think like this, bro. She understands, and this is a point that you guys need to bring up if this topic comes up in front of you. There is an understanding between this black man and this black woman. Like, listen, we both know you can't get a job, bro. They hate niggas. Only thing they hate worse than a female nigga is a male nigga. So they're not going to give you no job. She knows this. And she's able to communicate that while they're talking and saying, listen, just because you can't, but like, I know you didn't have a job when we was fucking. So how you going to automatically get a job now because I'm pregnant? She's using common sense. You know what I'm saying? She's saying, listen, the baby don't need that. The baby needs a man. It needs his daddy. It needs to come by and make sure that we're safe and we are protected. And I give her so much credit for that.
She doesn't need a crib. The baby's gonna sleep someplace. If you can follow me for 2 seconds, wait. Baby's gonna sleep someplace. The baby's gonna eat something. But what she needs at that moment is a man. And in order, if the man functions as a man, which is not necessarily a provider for all that stuff, because everybody can understand why you can't buy something. You don't have a job. You didn't have a job when you always going to bed. Why you gonna get a job because she got pregnant? You understand? There's no job. But what she needs is a man to come by and say, hey, baby, you look good. And black men refuse to function like that because they say, I want to bring the crib when I come. Baby, you're never going to get the crib.
Baby.
Bring yourself.
Baby, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying, you know. But let me tell you this. You know, you may be absolutely right, and you are right in your point of view. But you have to understand my point of view.
I'm trying.
You know. And in my point of view, well, if you were pregnant, I would act very differently. But that's me. That's something else. But from the man's point of view, given the fact, as we said much earlier, that the standards of the civilization into which you were born are first outside of you. And by the time you get to be a man, they're inside of you. And this is not susceptible to any kind of judgment. It's a fact. If you're treated a certain way, you become a certain kind of person. If certain things are described to you as being real, they're real for you, whether they're real or not. And in this civilization, a man who cannot support his wife and his child is not a man. And this is also in the, for example, in the welfare rules. You know,
Yeah.
the black man has always been treated as a slave, and of course he reacts that way, one way or another. You know, and you can blame him on a human level if you like, but I think it's more interesting to try to, you have to understand it. The bag the cat is in.
But it's so.
You know, because how can I? You know, I'm not being rational. You know, and I may love you, especially if I love you.
Did you hear what he said? I'm not being rational. He's love isn't rational, right? When it's time to get shit done, it's not really about being rational when there's emotions in it. And to avoid this is why I tell guys to avoid that, what our uncles, great grandfathers, whoever went through, don't have kids yet, bro. Do not have kids until you have your situation solid. You have to have steady income and a steady residence before you have a child. I'm sorry, income, residence, relationship before you have a child. You have to have a wife before you have a child, bro. We've left it up to the women. The women suck at it. They're gonna bring that baby into the world in a fucked up situation. They don't care. They're not capable to make that decision, bro. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful at this moment. There are times when I want to be disrespectful to other women because of some shit that's going on. But at this very moment, I'm not being disrespectful. It's not intended as that. They've shown us that they will bring a baby into the slums of fucking Louisiana, Chicago, fucking Compton, New York. They will bring that baby into the world, bro. Knowing she ain't got no money, knowing you ain't got no fucking money. So we can't give them that fucking responsibility, bro. Listen, people don't like it. I don't give a fuck. Women are big kids, bro. You gotta protect them when they're younger. You gotta make sure they eat. You gotta make sure they you gotta provide shelter and food and clothing. You gotta take care of them, right? What else you gotta do? You gotta fucking entertain them so they don't get bored, bro. So you mean to tell me that this chick ain't a big fucking kid? She go to work and shit, right? She goes to work to buy shit with her fucking money. You'll have them out here, yeah. Well, my bills are fucking 12,000 a month. So if you want to get with me, you gotta get bitch. You continue to pay that $12,000 bill you created. You do that. You doing a good job. Fucking tell my niggas they got to get with you to get some of your stank ass old ran through pussy. They got to pay 12,000 fucking dollars a month. Are you crazy? $12,000 a month. He could fly a fucking bitch from DR over here, let her stay with him for a fucking month, fuck, suck, cook for him all goddamn month, and then fly back. Why? Why would he go to you with your fucking kids, pay your 12 grand a fucking month to hear your mouth about how he's not a man if he doesn't do it? Who are you? Who you? That's what they used to say in jail. Who you? Yo, this shit is so late. Yo, this stream is so laced. This shit is crazy what I got coming for you, B. Now, in the 1950s and 60s, that's 1964 was when they did the man in the house rule. Kick niggas out. You niggas can't be here. I remember the chick coming by with the clipboard and my stepfather having to run under the bed in the bedroom and shit, move his shoes and jacket and shit. Yeah. But check this out, because there's some people, right? There's some black people, they don't believe shit unless they hear it come from a fucking white person. For real. There's some people that don't believe shit unless it comes from a white person. If they don't believe shit unless it comes from fucking CNN. If they ain't see it on CNN, it ain't happen. Yeah, that ass. Check this out. Ooh. So I got the fucking white women for them, so that they could believe us.
Reluctance to admit a problem that conservatives have been waving the flag for years is because they are in part to blame. And fatherlessness decimates Black communities more than decimates any other community.
Right.
And it does stem back. If you look from 1968 to now, and this is for all races, fatherlessness has increased about fourfold, which is that is a tremendous number. But if you look to the policies of the late 1950s, early 1960s, it was the man in the home policy. And it essentially prohibited couples who had a child from receiving government welfare programs or any kind of subsidies, even though the child otherwise would qualify, because there was a father in the home. So what you saw during this time period was fathers of all races, but in particular Black fathers, leaving the home so that their child and the mother of their child would be able to receive these benefits. And when it comes down to putting food on the table and having a roof over their children's head, you can understand why that was a lucrative option. And so unfortunately, the government incentivized single motherhood. And later on, the Supreme Court in King versus Smith, they actually overturned these policies because of the problems it was causing. But it was a little too late, right? Because now we see with Lyndon B. Johnson and the Great Reset, right, those policies we saw in the late 1960s, it only encouraged single motherhood. It created a larger welfare system that was expanded upon FDR's. And this, of course, feeds into the 1970s with the crack epidemic, which the United States government is not innocent in. So they know that they are responsible in part for some of the issues that these communities are facing, and they don't want to admit it.
Yeah,
Look, their reluctance to admit a problem that conservatives have been waving the flag for years is because they are in part to blame, and fatherlessness decimates.
So there you go. You got the white ladies telling you nothing's more true than when it comes from blonde hair and blue eyes, right?
Social workers here.
Ah, okay. Shorty just ran in and said the social worker's here. Let's see if I can turn this up.
The social workers here. Oh shit. Let me get rid of the TV and hide. Oh, this is Miss Kay, that's the social worker. Well, don't just stand there, honey. Let her in.
They haven't sent me the authorization to buy the food stamps for the past 6 months.
Because no one.
So you're the gentleman that's been keeping company here.
Is that a gift you're giving to the family? Do you contribute to the support of this whole family?
Whoa, lady. You gonna tell us you can have this set? It didn't cost you in the city a damn dime, but you gonna tell us you can have it, right?
Oh, I didn't make the rules, sir. I'm only doing my job.
He gave me this. He gave me this.
He gave us this too, but it don't work.
That's right. Now I have to hide my man in the toilet. Miss Quebec, do you hide your man in the toilet?
I know that children need a man in the house, a woman needs a man in the house. We don't insist people be married.
What kind of example is that to set for the children?
Oh, what kind of example are you setting right now?
I ain't the government.
Claudine, 1974.
The social worker.
I like old school movies, so I gotta find that shit. But y'all saw that? What the fuck is that? Oh hell no. Yo, think it's just crazy. Yo, all I'm gonna say is we better hope praying mantis don't get bigger than what the fuck they are, b. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Hold on. Pause that. Okay, so you had to hide, b. You had to hide. You can't bring. You couldn't have certain things like back in the day. Microwaves was a big deal, fam. You came in the White House, they had a microwave. Them shits was like $300 and shit. Look, man, you couldn't have certain shit, and that nigga had to hide. Project 2025 addresses that. I did a video on it. Only fucking homos and baby mamas are scared of Project 2025. Why? Because it focuses on that. What does it do? It actually reversed it now. Now it says, oh, you could have a man in the house to receive welfare. Thanks a lot. Fucking 60 years later, bro. You know, our shit is fucked up. Our shit is fucked up, man. That's my favorite shit right here, man. Crown Royal Apple, man. But our shit is fucked up now, bro. So I just need men to not NOT get a woman pregnant, bro. You gotta protect yourself. Black men protecting themselves will save the community. Dead ass guaranteed. I thought about it. I dreamt on it. You know, the black man will be the savior of the community by protecting himself. Protecting himself how? From marriage and children. How is that going to save the black community? Well, before you go and get into a relationship, you have to be a full grown man. You can have protected sex, but I advise you not to commit to a woman yet. Because when it's time to do man shit, you're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to, bro. And it's gonna make you feel like shit. And that's not the least of your worries. You could actually get caught up in a situation where now you're gonna be hindered. There's gonna be a large uh affordable adversary against you accomplishing your goals. And that's called a baby mama. You out there slinging that unprotected fucking cock. Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be living in the slums of Brownsville, East New York, fucking O Block, nigga, wherever the fuck you at, and she gonna hit you up, yo, I'm pregnant, and you're gonna be like, yo, we shouldn't have it. We in a gang war. We live in Chicago. The kid is gonna go to school with motherfucking uh uh Ray Ray and them kid. We shouldn't do it. No, I want to keep my baby and all this shit now, bro. Listen, bro. You can't leave it up to them. They're gonna fumble the bag every time, bro. And they talk about how men ain't shit. It's like a it's like a circle. It's like a circle of life, bro. Dead ass. But when they go to school, right? Listen to Dr. T. Johnson about this here. This is my guy right here. This is my dude, man.
Is highly problematic. It's superficial, and it often does not include Black men on terms beyond how they're framed in feminist contexts, right? So you have white society being the ultimate basis of racism, and in the feminist mind, Black men double down on that to oppress Black women that much more.
The fucking color. Why'd they come back out with this movie, bro? Think about that. Of all movies, everybody sees this black gender war we going through. Everybody sees it, even these celebrities. Why would they put this shit back out, bro? What do you think? What do you think the reason? You think it's a coincidence? Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence, bro.
Black male studies is saying no. Actually, that stereotype of doubling of black men doubling down and being these aggressive patriarchal oppressors is a myth. It's a myth, and in many respects, and again, shout out to Tommy Curry, he did a lot of the work on this himself. He actually looked at the scholars who published, black female scholars who published these ideas, and he shows you where they pulled the ideas from.
Black female scholars publishing white uh, supremacist ideology, bro, about black men.
Not just where they got the ideas, where they cited the ideas. Like they in the book, like Bell Hooks works and so on, they're citing, well, Bell Hooks is not known for citing, but other black feminist scholars who are actually citing racist white scholarship about black men. That's the basis for a lot.
Black scholars are citing white racist ideology to black women about black men.
A lot of these ideas about black men being oppressive patriarchs that these women are getting in college. And so these colleges are mass manufacturing black women who are coming out with high degrees mixed with a great deal of misandry, and the two have become inseparable. And the outlook on men gets worse by the time these young women go through college, even if they haven't interacted with very many black men. I've witnessed that as well. And I get men reaching out to me all the time. But
You know, one of the things that I keep in a tab, my computer, is the Willie Lynch letter. Although they say it was false, it was fake, this motherfucker is too detailed to be fiction pop. Somebody knew exactly what the fuck was going on. If you look here, it says, don't forget you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, right? Oh, these fucking old heads, these old niggas, these niggas stuck in the 90s and da 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 da. Yo, OG, get the fuck out of here. Your turn, Pat. Listen, old people need young people just as much as young people need old people. Because the young person can make that old person a better old person. Technology, current events, the newest things. Do you think an old person, say an old person is around his old friends, and he has the knowledge of history, and he has the knowledge of new shit. You think he won't be a fucking benefit to the people to his group? He'll be able to pass on shit to them. A young person who's got the knowledge of a young person and knows his history, you think he won't benefit the people that he's around? He could tell them things that went on, or things that happened, or give them insight and wisdom of an old person. Do you think that nobody will benefit off of that? Of course they will. Of course they will. You don't know everything, and you can't do everything just because you old, bro. And you damn sure can't do everything and know everything because you're young. So they turn old against young, young against old. You must use dark skinned slaves versus the light skinned slaves. Tell me that ain't a motherfucking thing. Oh, colorism. Oh, Chris Brown doesn't want dark skinned girls in his VIP. Bitch, you too loud. It ain't because you dark. Oh, you loud. Shut up. The darks versus the lights. Do you know that they used to one of aside from busting a nut in our chicks, one of the tools they used to set to divide us was blending. The more and more they fucked our women, they felt the lighter and lighter the kid would get, and it would erase us. But God didn't make it like that. He didn't make it like that. Oh, too bad, so sad. Um, you must also have the male versus the female and the female versus the male, bro. This is part of their fucking plan. It's right there. It's right there, bro. You must use the female versus the male and the male versus the female. You must have your white servants and overseers distrust all blacks. Not some, not the ones that grew up over here. All of them. And you must, but it is necessary your slaves trust and depend on us. Just like I said before, you got some people out there don't believe it unless a white person said it. Yeah, that's dumb. I'm talking to y'all. They must love, respect, and trust only us. Gentlemen, these kits are the keys to control. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. If used intensely for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetual distrustful. Right? Now we're gonna get into some real we this stream is moving along very well. Very well. Check this out.
Not investing him in the same kind of ways, and he ends up just kind of going off to the side. These are the kind of things that are happening, and I think it's causing a problem. Part of it is if you go to the boomer generation, right? This was really the last generation of women who at least were raised to be wives, but they didn't want to be. I mean, this is right, I'm talking about sexual liberation era.
They were raised to be wives, but they didn't want to be. Hmm. Hmm. That's some shit. The boomer generation, the last generation that was raised to be wives, but these bitches didn't want to be wives, bro. Look how proud she is down there. Ow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now check this out. It's also for the people who gotta hear it from the white people. There's gonna be a tone like a beep. You're gonna hear it a little bit.
We'd like to try to find out how determined a career girl you are. Now, if you'd please answer these questions, and here is your first question. How confident are you in business dealings with your superiors?
Oh, pretty confident, I think.
Well, now, do you ever feel like telling off the boss?
I certainly do.
Well, do you ever do it?
Well, not very often.
How capable do you feel yourself of handling any business emergency?
I think I'd be able to manage most any emergency.
Then you consider yourself a pretty efficient executive.
Yes, I think so.
Why, Miss Bates?
Well, I suppose it's because I feel I can make decisions fairly easily and, well, make them for others and tell them what to do. I've been doing that, for almost a year now.
She like telling motherfuckers what to do.
In a small way.
Do you feel that some girls have too much talent and ability to waste on a home and children?
Yes, I think many girls do. But some girls have a great deal to offer, and they certainly don't make any contribution to the business world, sitting home with their children or cooking dinner for their husband.
Go on, Miss.
You hear this shit? I'm playing this in contrast to what Dr. T. Johnson just said. Our boomer generation was the last generation that was taught to be a wife, but they didn't want to be. That's this bitch right here, but from the other side of the fence.
Miss Bates.
Well, many talented girls deserve a better life than that. They need that feeling of independence, of competition that they don't get at home. And they deserve the luxuries that they can buy with the money they earn.
You hear this shit? You hear this shit? Do you fucking hear it? This bitch just said they deserve to buy the luxury items with the money that they earned. So that means she got to buy the shit she want to buy for herself. But this nigga still gotta cover everything. Don't that sound like them broads today? Damn sure do. Oh, even though I got my degree and I make money, he still got if he wanna be with me, he gotta pay my $12,000 mortgage. My $12,000 in bills a month. Yo, you can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up. What? Are you crazy? Who told you that?
Would you give up your career if the right man proposed?
No, I wouldn't. My career means too much to me.
Not even.
He said, would you give up your career if the right man came along? She said, no, my career means too much to me. Shout out to Kevin Samuels.
Even if your dream Prince Charming were the man?
I haven't met him. I don't think I'd give up my career even so.
Do you ever read love stories, Miss Bates?
Well, occasionally.
Do you ever picture yourself in the situation the heroine finds herself in?
Yes, I do sometimes.
Then you have thought about yourself in the character of a wife.
Yes, I have, but in a very detached sort of way. Never really seriously, of course.
Do you believe you'll realize your career ambitions within the next 5 years?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Miss Bates. Now we'll find out how to determine the career girl our judges rate you. Dr. Roslow?
With 100 as the maximum possible rating, we rate Miss Bates at 62. She says she would not give up her career for marriage, yet she has a definite yearning for romance.
Miss Bates' determination to continue with her career obviously has not yet been severely tested.
Fucking dummy.
Talking about the era where, the rise of feminism.
Have you ever wondered why some affiliates make tons of money effortlessly while you're struggling to see results?
They wanted to, break apart from the established roles that women were told to play as wives, right? Caretakers, handling the domestic space, so on and so forth. But the weird part is, even though they wanted to break from that, they still wanted men to play the traditional role that we've been assigned. So you're still supposed to be protector and provider. But in the 70s and 80s, you started to see this transition where women wanted to be
Not for nothing. Her fro is like perfect. Her fro is fucking flawless, B. Look at that shit. Look at that. Yeah, but yeah, man, she's and you could tell when some certain women listen, the women that aren't the fucking seven, eight, nines, and tens, be a lot of them are going to be feminists because they can't get the type of attention that they want from men. So what's left to do but be a feminist and act like men are oppressing us? It's the same thing with the gay shit, man. All these motherfuckers ain't gay. They just too ugly or too fat or too lazy or had got no type of any type of abilities to communicate with the opposite sex, bro. So they get frustrated. And you know what they do? Well, I don't like women anyway because I'm fucking whatever super sexual. And then the chicks is like, well, I don't like men anyway because they're mean, big monsters, and women rule. That's what it is, bro. Nothing. Listen to me. Nothing is better for you than the opposite sex. For a man, nothing is better for a man than a woman. Slender, sleek curves, beautiful, smell good, nice tits, nice ass, tight fucking twat, bro. Smells good. And she, nice hair like that. That's us. That's for us, B. There's nothing more better for a woman than a strong man that can protect her and hold in her fucking arms and ravish her fucking body, and blow her back out, and kiss on her and squeeze her and all that. Y'all know y'all like that shit. So stop with the bullshit. Cut it out. You want to attract more people, be more attractive. How do you do that? Well, what attracts people? A nice body and a nice face, followed by a beautiful attitude. Do that. I don't have a problem. If I had a problem getting women right now, I would be doing that. No lie. I mean, I used to be a gym rat. I was in hella shape. I was sexy as fuck. But I still ended up getting married, and then. But listen, man. If you want to attract better people, be better, bro, sis. Be better. Yeah, we're at a position we could turn our body into anything you want over a course of time. Start today, 2 years from now. Guess what? If you don't start today, you're still going to get to 2 years from now any fucking way. You're still going to be there. So you might as well start so you can be there the way you want. What is this? What month is this? January, February, March, April, May. 4 months. 4 months from today, you could be half your size. You could have, if you want to grow fucking twists, whatever, you could do whatever you want. 4 months. Start tomorrow morning. Start tomorrow morning. You want a bigger chest, bigger arms. Boy, you got 4 months to build bigger arms? You know how big your fucking arms to be? Big your chest to be? Yeah.
Able to break the contract and be whatever they wanted. Sexually liberated, have kids, adopt, have abortions, not have kids, whatever, work full time, part time, not at all. They had all of this. They were kind of trying to imagine the family in this new dynamic where women could have the flexibility to do anything, but the men still had to pay for that. So you had to be the floor for whatever she wanted to be. And the problem with that is the dynamic between men and women in the typical conservative, relationship framework is it's a give and take between both. You're a protector and provider, but you're still depending on her to do her part. She's providing for the house, taking care of the children, so on and so forth, but she's depending on you to do your part. When one redefines their role, the other has to as well. But there really hasn't been a conversation for that outside of what those women said, by the way. Not only should you protect and provide, but you should be emotionally present. You should make me feel affirmed. You should do X, Y, and Z. So it became the only changes men were told about were the changes women wanted that suited them, but not necessarily the changes that made it possible for men to actually be human beings and fulfill who they.
You hear that? There's one thing I want to jump to for you. Homegirl right here. Listen to this. Shout out to Danica. Love her content, B. Now check this out. This is Gilbert Arenas and Shannon Sharp. What we're about to witness is men who you would consider them high earners. Kevin Samuels had six prerequisites for high value men. But these are definitely high earners, right? Listen to what high earners are now saying about women.
It's the attention, right? And women don't understand this from men, right? Especially a working man. If we're working and we're doing all of this and our life is the way it is, right? And we're dating and I just finished my job and I'm going out there to chill. What changes is now I have to entertain you. That's not peace for me. Right.
Yo, her mouth look crazy. Sorry, baby. I don't mean no disrespect.
Y'all know not what you done.
They don't know, baby.
Y'all know not what y'all
Not
done.
a motherfucking no.
Lord have mercy.
Mercy.
The men are now like, it went from men not knowing their worth and their value at all to now realizing all that they're able to offer and bring and looking at y'all like you're peasants.
Motherfuck yeah. Yo, this about to be loud. Where the hell the applause? They erased my applause. Damn, all right. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Yo, you heard what she said. And I'm telling him it is working, it is working, it is working. The man is the most important person in a relationship. You are the most important person in a relationship. It's so good to be a man. It's harder, but the benefits are better, bro. Like if you're gonna protect this person, of course they want you to think that they're worthy to defend when you're outside, right? Like why would they not want you to be worthy to you to the defend them when they're outside? Where is that shit? Damn, man, my motherfucking. Is it this? I don't think it's that. Is it this? It is this. It is this. Look at this here. Look at this shit right here, fellas. This is what I be talking about. Bitches act like this shit can never happen and just like this won't exist. How often will be attacked and my man have to save me? How often will somebody break in the home and my man have to save me? Bitch. Quite often. We live in the United fucking States, oh. Definitely, most definitely. For you to for you to for you to be that naive, for you to be that naive of what the fuck could possibly happen, you're crazy. Now, every woman wants that man to protect them from a crowd of hyenas. Every woman wants her man to come around and stop her from being assaulted by a damn moose.
Hey! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
They're gonna go
Snap that shit. Listen to me, man. Women, you want your man to protect you from shit. You want him to think that you're worthy. Right?
It's 1:30 in the morning at this home in Idaho Falls. Time for lounging, watching a little TV, and checking your phone? You would hope that anyone who comes calling at this hour is family or a friend. Not this time.
I'm Caspian Shamel.
And I'm Isabel Shane.
Look at this couple. This man put his life on the line for her. This is what a lot of women don't understand. A lot of men, you gotta understand this shit. When it's time to be a man, it's time to be a man. You gotta do that shit. If you don't, nigga, your name is mud. You gotta protect this broad, provide for her, be emotionally stable, because if she's outside bugging the fuck out for whatever reason, they're gonna wonder what's going on at home. What's her husband doing to her? Right? You got a lot of responsibility. You got a lot of risk. She could wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, I ain't in love with you no more. I'm out. My lawyer's gonna call you. I'm gonna get the house and the kids. You gotta move. You have to give me like $1,500 every month. And bye. That's a hell of a risk. That's a hell of a risk. So I tell you guys to stop with the marriage. You could still have a union with a woman if need be, if you need to do that. Right? But I advise you to do a domestic partnership. Reason being, that day when she wakes up, it feels like she's not in love with you no more, bro. She's not entitled to a motherfucking thing. She's not entitled to you. She's not entitled to your fucking assets, your retirement account. She's not entitled to any of that shit. She can't get none of it. I'm gonna let my boys tell you. These my motherfucking mans right here. Listen carefully.
New York, married couples are obligated to provide maintenance. That is, the moneyed spouse is to provide maintenance for the non-moneyed spouse.
In New York, the man is required to provide maintenance.
The duration and the amount vary from case to case and are subject to statute and case law. That is a requirement for married couples.
Now, I just want to reinforce what Joe said, because unmarried couples are not entitled to any type of maintenance whatsoever, as he indicated. But I often run across clients who come to me and say, wait a minute, I have a domestic partnership. I've been with my partner for the last 22 years. We're domestic partners. We registered even as domestic partners, and I am entitled to rights as a result. And I unfortunately have to tell them, no, you're not entitled to any of those rights. A domestic partnership really only signifies that you are a couple living together, for the most part, for health insurance rights and things along those lines.
So, there's your proof. She's not entitled to a motherfucking thing. Right? But women always say they always want the guy to do this or to do that and to protect them. You know how much Rihanna's bodyguard gets a fucking year? $500,000. This nigga get $500,000 to protect Rihanna. You know how much you get? Nothing. Now I know you say, yeah, but my wife isn't Rihanna. But you protect her like she Rihanna, right? That nigga was in the crowd tossing bitches, snuffing bitches to get her off, to get them off of his fucking girl so they wouldn't jump her, right? Right? This nigga right here. Let's see what he do. Let's see if what he did is what Rihanna bodyguard would do.
And we survived a home invasion robbery.
We just got home from a date and I was
pretty tired, and I was just scrolling through my phone, halfway watching the documentary.
We went out and did one of those escape rooms, so we were pretty tuckered out from that, ready to relax.
And then I just hear a loud bang, and the door flies open.
I've got a couple of roommates that live downstairs, so having people come in and out at all hours of the night isn't super odd, but I kind of noticed him, and I did a double take.
Sit down, go to right now.
I just didn't know what was happening at first. I was just in shock.
The intruder orders Caspian to take a seat. Then he turns his attention and his shotgun toward Caspian's fiancée on the couch.
I definitely feared for my life whenever I saw that shotgun pointed at me. I've never been in a situation where a loaded gun was pointed at my face, and it was a shock, and kind of my life flashed before my eyes.
Do you think we want to be around? We have to.
Now, do you think that at any point this broad would get up to go help her husband? Like, you know what? Maybe if it's two of us against this nigga, maybe we could, we could survive this. Maybe we could end this shit quicker. Maybe I should call 911 since I'm scrolling on my phone and my husband's rolling around on the ground with a nigga with a fucking shotgun. No. No. Women don't think like that. Let's see what happens.
Caspian reacts in a flash, grabbing the shotgun barrel.
Instinct kicked in, and I wasn't letting go of that shotgun. At that moment, just straight adrenaline, I would say.
Caspian knows his fiancée is still in the room. She rolls off the couch. He barks in order.
Nothing good!
I actually yelled for the roommate, and that was all I could muster out.
Good! Now!
Caspian is actually being dragged down the stairs, still holding that death grip on the shotgun barrel, as the intruder is now on his own version of an escape room.
I immediately, as soon as I felt safe enough, ran and called 911 and tried to help the best I could, best I knew how.
It's becoming painfully clear to this home invader.
Wrong house, buster!
I told him wrong house, buster. He was fully in agreement. As we hit the stairs, it was a change in power for sure. He slipped as it was icy. I overtook him, got the weapon away from him.
The imminent threat is over, a moment for the couple to relax. Caspian is now armed in self-defense, but hopefully won't need to use his weapons. But 2 minutes later, an angry knock at the door, and an unbelievable request.
I opened the door, and he was asking for his shotgun back. And so we told him no, of course, and he tried to force his way back into the house.
The suspect finally fled the scene, still without his shotgun, which was loaded but never fired. Caspian turned it over to the police as he relived the sickening events.
The police were almost arriving. See sirens coming up, lights flashing around the block, and he started heading back out the door again, and they intercepted him there by his vehicle. So when the police showed up, then they wanted me to walk through the situation with them, and I hadn't even really fully processed it yet. I just got incredibly adrenaline high. I mean, my whole entire body was shaking. I was sweating. My face was bright red, and so I puked. It kind of all washes over you. I mean, when you're in the midst of it, you don't feel any of those things happening, but as soon as it kind of calms down, you're like, holy crap, this is really pretty crazy.
I'm just glad that you were there and you were able to take action so quickly. And I felt safe before, but now I feel extra safe. I know that he'll protect me no matter what.
Having somebody to go through it with is certainly nice too.
Just days before this attack, Caspian and Isabel got engaged.
Shout out to you, Casper. Shout out to motherfucking Casper for jumping into action and showing them who the fucking man is. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to you. Now, you bitches want somebody to do that for you, right? Y'all want somebody to do that for you, but you don't want to make a nigga sandwich 2 o'clock in the morning. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do nothing. So what is a dude who got some bread What is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? uh, my man Gilbert Arenas said, after busting my ass at work, I gotta come home and now I gotta entertain you. I gotta fucking take you somewhere. I gotta drop you off here. I gotta talk to you about like why not when I come home, you see I'm tired and you do something for me. I gotta drive you to your cousin Shima house, some dumb shit. Like, come on, man. Niggas don't want to do that. But you want niggas to protect you though. And bitches will say in a minute, oh, they're not protecting and providing. Bitch, you about to see. You really about to motherfucking see, man. But shout out to Casper again. That was some good action. I can't believe that nigga came back talking about giving him a shotgun.
Now I gotta entertain you. And I'm the hardworking man. I'm the one out here busting my hell. This is another job. You need to be entertaining me. Y'all fucked up. If you would just listen to what he's saying, he's essentially saying that being with a woman is too much work for what you get in return. You know what I'm saying? It's just entirely too much work. So me as a hardworking man,
And then when it's time, when you guys are intimate, right? Who does the majority of the work, bro? I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna let y'all who watching this answer. Who who does the majority of the work? 99% of the time. The motherfucking man. Now you've been working all day. You got that lazy. Every now and then you throw out that lazy dick. You tired. You you're not home all day doing nothing like the motherfuckers with no job and shit like that, bro. So what is that? That's an excuse for her to go and cheat now. Oh, he's not romantic. Oh, he just came home. He gave me a quickie and then went to sleep. Bitch, the nigga been working. The nigga been busting it. You know what? Where's that? It's right here. New York. This is the money. This is the money thing right here. Right? We're gonna go to. Let's go to my favorite. Let's go to my favorite. I used to work corrections, so we're gonna go to correction officer. Right? Correction officer. Let's see. Malik Gaines. You know that's a black dude. Mr. Gaines, 2023, his rate of pay, his base salary was $92,000. How much did Mr. Malik gross? Mr. Malik grossed $269,000. Yep. Mr. Eon Thompson, 258. Giovanni, 254. Tremel, 252. Vincent Magnum, 252. Anthony Lindsay, 250. Do you think these men who work in corrections, working with inmates and shit, you think when they come home, they're out there trying to give you some Superman dick? They trying. But you know how many if your base pay is 92,000, you make 260. How many hours of overtime is that? How many listen, you can't have it all. Women want it all. Because they're selfish little brats. When you got guys putting in work like this, man, that's why when you hear what's that chick? Ebony K. Williams talking about city workers, or you hear some other bum bitches talking about city workers. They'll never see this type of fucking money ever in their life. They talk a good one, but they ain't gonna never see that. Right? You can go down as far as you fucking want, B. These niggas is in the 100s. They're well over six figures. Well over six figures. 100,000 over six figures, B. Like, listen, man. These dudes put in a lot of work, a lot of time to make shit happen. And women need to pull more of their part, bro. They do. They need to do a little bit more. Right? I want you to listen to this part too. About how niggas that make bread, how they raise the bar. You got Shannon Sharp about to tell Gilbert Arenas, yo, y'all niggas raise the bar, this fucking cheap pussy, man. Listen.
Yeah, man. Y'all got a different life. See basketball like basketball and baseball player, y'all done drove the price up. Y'all inflation. So y'all done drove the price up to here. I mean, it used to be, singing, you get your hair done, you get your nails done, and you play a little bill here or there.
Oh yeah, we messed up. Oh yeah,
y'all done drove the price sky high. Y'all sky high, man.
Yeah, we flying private jet. We're gonna give you 100,000 just to get you them.
I need them pre-pandemic prices. Y'all see, pandemic happened and everything was scarce.
Yeah.
I need to go back to pre-pandemic.
Yes.
I can't get yo, man. Hey, the basketball player, I told y'all, the basketball player, the baseball player, they're different level.
Like we buying the Birkin bag. We gonna put the 30,000, 40,000 in there just to talk to you. We gonna try to spoil you just to get it. Just put it
it's over. Oh Lord, y'all see that? Hey, just NFL players. See, that's why we ain't got no chance. That's why we can't compete with them.
Yeah,
Gil's already telling y'all, don't bring your
cover it up. That's what I did when I started losing my hair.
Yeah, this guy's nose.
Now I use keeps.
Crazy.
Track shoes, y'all want to keep up with the NBA player. Bring your checkbook.
And that when people hear me talk, and I say, y'all don't understand. I got a different playbook. My playbook, I get to say whatever I want because what they're gonna do, I can just get a new one. Right? How like girls like, yeah, don't talk to me like that. I get to. And then the people above me get to too. You know what I mean? if that say, hey, what time you gonna be over here? You said 9. I'm horny right now. I'm gonna call somebody else. I'll see you later. Huh? I get to do that. Oh no, I'll be over right now. Well, whoever get here first, that's who I'm letting in.
Damn.
So what if they show at the same time?
Hey, y'all like each other? Hey, look, the NBA player, look, the NBA player, listen, the NBA player gonna try it. We say whatever because we can.
I'm scared.
And that's the problem. Like we really like we rude, right? We compromise because we can go in the DM and then get to talking. We talk regular. All right, well then I'll just holler at your friend, or I'll holler at this person. Hey, I want all 4 of y'all to come back. We just sitting there just playing mismatch, and that's the problem. But and guess what? You ain't gonna catch us in public with them.
Nah, that's some bullshit. Because you got them young boys out there getting the same broad pregnant. Zion and these other 2 niggas that got this Instagram chick pregnant, bro. Oh my God. You got Brittany Renner saying if you want an easy bag, fuck a athlete. They dumb. So, but these guys with this amount of income, these guys have raised the price, right? They've raised the price amongst the men. You know who else raised the price? These guys here raised the price too. You know, if you making 10, 12,000 a month net, 13, 14,000 a month net, bro. Net? After taxes, union dues, 401k, 457 contribution, after all of that shit, man, you left with between 10 and fucking 13 grand. What are you doing? When you're off, you gonna raise the price of pussy. But what you need to do is invest that shit. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry about that. Let's get back to the stream. So what's next? So now we got the chicks, right? They've been doing this shit and they gonna hit the wall, bro. They've been fucking around. Let's see this wall shit real quick.
Later, I had to. But later, I had to call him when I called into a show, I think in 2020. I said, you were right. You're right.
Well, curious, what made you come to the point where you recognized that he was right?
The aha moment was between, let's say 46 and 50. 46 and 50. Because my daughter had graduated from high school, was going to college. I've always been, kind of like my dad said. Earlier, he used to say, I was fine, but now I'm just cute. So I used to be fine, but now I'm just cute. And when I was fine, I had all this, these options. And when I was in the midst of, rearing my daughter, I never saw the fact that those options were diminishing because I had to focus on my daughter. So it wasn't really a priority for me until she was gone. And then I was left with myself and wanting to be in relationships, and there weren't as many options. And that's when it started to be real to me because I hadn't paid attention to it through those years.
Look at Linda, 50 years old. This is Bumble, right? 4'11", she's in shape, works out sometimes. She has kids, right? She's a baby mama. She's a baby mama at 50, and she looks good for her age. This is definitely a filter. Yeah, she look good for her age, man. Yeah. World's best ex-girlfriend. So she's on here looking for a man. She should not be on here looking for a man. She really shouldn't. What's the reason she's on here? I'm sure all she has to do is get a go out, and she'll find a man just like that. This one here, Andrea, 45. Let's see what's up with her. Doesn't have kids, doesn't want any. Okay. Undergraduate, she's a PhD. Mm. Had some surgery on her face. 54. Doesn't know if she wants kids yet. Graduate degree, PhD. I'm a PhD. Oh Lord. She's got a great smile, great teeth. But yeah. Nah, baby. She's gonna be lonely forever. Laura, 50. Jewish. Look at this one. She looks amazing for 55. I won't lie. This has to be makeup and filter or something. Let's see. No kids. Christian. PhD. No, she's got a bachelor's. Okay. Got the same picture. That's her best picture. Where's she at? Manhattan, Brooklyn. Well, she's 50, man. These women are on here because they supposedly can't find a man. This chick is 62. You 62 years old? You ain't found a nigga yet? Is he dead? Is she a widower? No? Got kids, don't want more? She's 62, man. Straight old lady vibes. Look at this. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. Nurse practitioner. Yeah, she tried to catch me. These niggas probably all gay or coked up. Mm-hmm. Nah, nothing, man. They, they, I don't think they could get along with a man. Liberal, don't want kids, graduate degree. She a little cute. Yeah. She look good in some shots, but in some other shots, she definitely shows her age, man. Drea, we ain't even gonna waste our time. Ellie, 45. Ooh. What's up with this one? Cancer. Baby mama. Baby fucking mama. Single mom looking to enjoy the winter with someone cute. With the option to renew the subscription in the spring. Yeah. She look good, but she's still fucking around. She's still fucking around. She gonna blow it. 55. You seeing people 55, 60 up here. Die, 53. Baby mama. So,
if you will, because again, I was always fine. What happened was once she had graduated and gone off to college, I was getting in these relationships and I was not getting the results that I had hoped for. Other than that time with my daughter's father, I would like to think that I was not just reckless. I like to think that I was searching for something that I ultimately wanted, but not realizing that I was not equipped to have it at that time. I was not equipped. I wasn't equipped to have it. So after a bunch of failed relationships, and in the midst of this, I was going to therapy for some other things that I was dealing with. But the turning point was a relationship at the age of 50 that the warning signs were there that I ignored, that I justified, that I think because I had gotten to a point, and I was talking to my dad about it, realizing, okay, I'm 50, my chances are, probably none. Let me get what I can get. Let me hold on to this, but not realizing I still needed to have some standards. So I got into this relationship that ended violently. And it was really hard for me because I'm thinking, how did I wait to get 50 years old to end up in an abusive relationship? Everybody saw it and they tried to talk some sense into me, but I wasn't listening yet again. That there were red flags that I did not pay attention to because I'm not going to say I didn't see. They were there. I just ignored them. And again, thinking that I was helping him or inspiring him, but what I came to find out that I wasn't inspiring him. I guess maybe he felt I was emasculating him.
I'm sorry, but y'all not finna brainwash me into thinking all men cheat. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Y'all.
very good, baby girl. So, there's a lot of shit going on here with our community being right. When we talk about feminism, when we were with that white chick who was saying uh, buying shit with the money that they earn, right? When we were with Dr. T. Johnson and he was talking about black women in the feminist movement and all of that, there was a woman who started the feminist movement. Her name was Steinem, something Steinem, right? Um, she was connected with the CIA, bro. She was connected with the CIA. and she was the one who initiated this shit from the CIA, right? And and it's called psyops, psychological operations, which were used on Americans for quite some time. But in order for the psyop to work, right, to be successful, they must be based in reality. You look at the gender war. Is it based in reality? Yeah, it is based in reality. Women don't appreciate men. Men don't know how to make women happy. Women want men to do everything. Women will have kids, and then it's a whole bunch of shit. It's a lot of reality dealing there, right? All messages must be consistent and must not contradict each other. Yeah, like we see a lot of that, right? Any gap between the product and the reality will be quickly noticed. A creditable truth must be presented, which is consistent to all audiences, right? So, I, the first thing was black men ain't shit. All black men have kids. All they do is make babies and such and such and such. That has been debunked by so many, right? I got videos on that. Other people have videos on that. It's been debunked, right? Uh, um, Consistent to all this. Primarily, it is a component of offensive counter information, but can be used offensively as well, right? So psyops were used in the most famous one that we know of today was called COINTELPRO. The COINTELPRO was aimed at surveilling, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting the domestic American political organizations. FBI records show COINTELPRO resources targeted groups and individuals. What groups and individuals did they target? Feminism. They targeted civil rights. They targeted Black Power. They targeted Martin Luther King. They targeted the Black Panther Party, Nation of Islam. Uh, they also did Tupac, something else. They got a book on that one, right? They were criticized. The FBI was criticized for their inaction in solving recent murders of George W. Lee, Emmett Till, and other African Americans in the South. When SCLC, African American Civil Rights Organization, was founded in 1957, the FBI began to monitor and target the group almost immediately, focusing particularly on Bayard Rustin, Stanley Levinson, and eventually Martin Luther King Jr. Right? I'm trying to see if they bring up the shit with Tupac in here. Malcolm X. In 1965, it is documented. It is documented that the Bureau worked to widen the rift between Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad, right? Through infiltration and the sparking of acrimonious debates within the organization. Maybe that's the same way they're sparking the shit between black men and black women. Acrimonious debates, rumor mongering, and other tactics designed to foster Internal disputes. Wow, fellas, look at this. Look at this. Excuse me. Black hate established the Ghetto Informant Program. It was an intelligence gathering operation run by the FBI from 67 to 73, purpose to collect information pertaining to riots, civil unrest. Used more than 7,000 people to infiltrate poor black. Mm. Used to dissuade. Black hate established the Ghetto Information Program and instructed 23 FBI offices to disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize the activities of black nationalist hate type organizations. They call it to prevent the rise of a messiah who could unify the militant nationalist movement. See this shit? This is real shit. This is real shit, man. To just straight neutralize black unity. Respective, uh, they stopped them from gaining respectability and discrediting them too. Wow. Black Panther Party. All right. Now, what is this saying? The boxing match known as the Fight of the Century between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier provided cover for the activists to group to successfully pull off the burglary. Muhammad Ali was a COINTELPRO target because he had joined the Nation of Islam in the anti-war movement. What was that? Kennedy. Wow, this was deep. This is fucking deep. So I don't see it. This was Fred Hampton. You know how old Fred Hampton was? He was 19. He was 19. Causing havoc. Unity. Oh man. All right. We have a couple minutes left because I'm really tired, guys.
As gender war between black man and woman. It is a direct attack by forces I cannot speak openly about due to security reasons. They have put psyops in place to keep black men and women fighting, keeping the black family at odds. Historically speaking, our family structure has been unbreakable, even through the toughest times known to man. When our ancestors were in bondage, they were forbidden to marry, yet they disobeyed and formed unions regardless. Yet today we have more freedom than our ancestors and refuse to respect one another. This is a direct result of psyops. They are working to keep our families broken and disenfranchised, hoping to continue the plan they had for our grandparents, which was to steal our identity and land. Strong foundations make this much harder for the enemy to accomplish this. We must love our family to create strong communities.
This lady got into a lot of women's heads. This one right here talking this bullshit.
To somebody appropriate, even if the writer has to invent the authority.
So this lady was a writer for the Cosmopolitan magazine, big time magazine. She wrote fake false stories about women being sexually liberated and living their best life. Basically thought culture out here in New York and major cities, and encouraged other women to leave their husbands and go live a great life where they could be happy. Pursue jobs, work, don't get married, have abortions, and just fucking live life like that. This lady.
Here's another one. Try to locate some of the buildings, restaurants, nightclubs, parks, streets, as well as entire case histories in cities other than New York, even if you deliberately have to plant them elsewhere. Most writers live in New York. 92% of our readers do not. They had a book. They would go in and have a meeting of all the editors once a week, and they'd all bring in ideas, and then they'd put them in the book. The freelance writers would come in and choose the stories that they wanted to do. These did not come out of reality. These came out of the heads of the editors who said, oh, that would be an interesting story.
So they straight lied to these women, and they bought it up. They bought it up. Right? Hold on. All right. Money.
Why all of this hijacking of the women's movement? Money. Money. Why was Cosmos so successful? Because it attracted advertisers. Why did it attract advertisers? Because it worked. When a young woman, an insecure young woman, reads these magazines and thinks that she has to have perfume, cosmetics, hair products, beautiful clothes, singles travel, abortions,
Perfume, clothes, hair products, weave, eyelashes, girls' trips, all of this shit. And they still eating it up.
Contraception. When she thinks she has to have all of these things, she's going to spend a lot of money.
Women are the biggest consumers, right? Women are the biggest consumers. Women outnumber men too. So hey.
What these magazines are doing, and what now the internet and everywhere, turning a woman into a commodity. She's got this picture of herself on herself. It's all about me. If you can convince a woman that everything is about her, then she has to buy a whole bunch of stuff to make herself so wonderful. If inside she knows who she is, she doesn't need all that stuff. Now there's the other side of it. I say we're all liberated. Are we? So on one hand, yes, we can go to college, get a degree, we can be doctors, lawyers, engineers, we can do all this stuff, we can make all this money. But how liberated are we if our girls have got that in their pocket? Before they can even think.
The only thing I don't like is she comes out with this shit after she did all the damage. You did it for 20 years. World's fucked up. Thank you. But yo, fellas, listen, man, I'm tired. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm tired. I gotta take it down, man. It's 4:35 a.m. Saturday, January 13th. I hope you liked it. I hope you were able to watch the whole thing. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. All right. Peace.